What's up, RSL Nation, and welcome to this week's edition of the Rambler Sports Locker. I'm Chris Lehman.
And I'm Milat Mehta. You know, Chris, there's something I've always wanted to ask you.
What's that?
So, what's your name short for? Christopher, Christoph, Chrysanthemum?
Chrysanthemum? Milat, why in the world would my name be short for chrysanthemum?
Okay, come on, man, that's a fair question. People name their kids after flowers all the time. Lily?
Good. Of all the stupid questions. Switching gears, the Joe was packed last night as Loyola students came out as Wichita State came up to play against the Ramblers here in Gentile. Milton Doyle hits this nice step back here off the glass as the Ramblers were out of the game a little bit, but they started to bring it back. Unfortunately, the Ramblers would go ice cold from downtown as Devin Turk misses that three. But Joe Crispin said, you know what, I'm going to take it inside. It's a nice smooth up and under reverse layup. But unfortunately, at the end of the day, Wichita State was far too athletic as Nick Wiggins puts back this nice putback layup here. And on the very next play, Cleanthony Early gets the steal right here and takes it out in transition and converts on the and one. Loyola drops to 9-18 for the season with a 4-11 conference record. After the game, Coach Porter Moser was disappointed with the loss, but understands that these types of games are necessary.
They're where you want to be. I love, as hard as it is to play them, I love playing them because I want our guys, this is where you want to be. This is who we're chasing, and if you've got any competitive juices in you, you want to know who you're chasing, and that's who everybody's chasing.
You can see the Ramblers in action next on Saturday at 7 p.m. when they travel to Peoria to take on Bradley.
Moving on to volleyball, the Ramblers notched 2 more sweeps at Grand Canyon this past weekend, which extended their winning streak to 9. The Ramblers were tested early in the opening set as both teams were tied at 8. A Thomas Jeske ace broke the tie, and the Ramblers held the lead the rest of the way. They closed the set on a 17-4 run to take the first set 25-12. Grand Canyon led for most of the second set. A Gerard Lipscomb kill gave the Antelopes a 23-20 lead and put Grand Canyon on the cusp of winning the set. However, kills by Jeske and Owen McAndrews helped the Ramblers storm back and take the set 26-24. After a tight second set, the Ramblers cruised to victory in the third set. The Ramblers scored 5 unanswered points in the middle of the set, capped off by a Cody Caldwell kill to give them a 16-6 lead. A McAndrews kill capped off the 25-12 victory as the Ramblers completed their second sweep in as many nights of Grand Canyon. The next stop will be for the Ramblers in Muncie, Indiana, where the Ramblers will face 13th-ranked Ball State Cardinals tonight at 6:30.
After waiting 50 years, Loyola track and field legend Tom O'Hara was finally honored for his record-setting mile he ran in 1964. Audrey Bailey was at the ceremony and caught up with the star runner.
This past Wednesday, Ramblers came out to support the men's basketball team as they took on Wichita State at home. And although the game didn't end with a Loyola victory, there was plenty to be excited for. During halftime, previous Loyola track and field star Tom O'Hara took to the court to be honored as the all-time record holder for the mile run.
Everybody waiting for here, some 18,000 strong, is when Tom O'Hara takes that hitch in his pants and says, okay, let's go to work.
They've kind of had a few things over the years, but this is like the biggest one. Yeah. I wish I could gain 50 years back. It was exciting for me back then.
Look at him go! Everybody's standing here, sensing that this could very well be a new all-time world indoor mark.
He might even break the outdoor record right here.
That would be a sensational thing. He might do it. The outdoor mark, 354.4. Here he comes, 356.3.
I had broke the record in my hometown. We had in Chicago, where we were running all over the place, running elsewhere. So I was glad I ran a good time in front of the hometown crowd.
O'Hara was the first Illinois native to break the 4-minute barrier back in 1963 and held the world record of 3 minutes 56 seconds for 14 years, a time that he surpassed a year later, making him the world record holder. Loyola's latest track and field star, junior Sam Penzenstadler, was there to present this award.
Most people don't have someone like who ran 356, had like a world record at one point, so it's really cool to have him here and see what he accomplished and keep working at it.
Although O'Hara is glad to see Penzenstadler doing so well, he still can't shake his competitive nature.
It scared me. I don't want to see him run faster than I ran. No, I really didn't.
For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Audrey Bailey.
This weekend, the track and field team will be racing in the Alex Wilson Invitational in South Bend, Indiana, and the Margaret Bradley Invitational right here in Chicago. Speaking of being back in Chicago, Coach Cheryl Swoops and the women's basketball team are back after the 3-game road trip ended with a 54-49 loss to Bradley. Letty Lerma was a beast for the Braves, tallying 10 points and 19 rebounds. Freshman Bailey Farley scored a game-high 15 points for the Ramblers. The loss drops the team to 9-15 overall, with a 5-7 record within the conference. And this drops them to a tie for the 7th seed in the upcoming Missouri Valley tournament.
There are only 6 games remaining on the schedule in what has been an up-and-down first season in the Valley for the Ramblers. Joe Flaherty found out how season-ending injuries to 3 starters have been both a curse and a blessing for a rookie head coach.
Team on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Head coach Cheryl Swoops is prepping her team for the final stretch of their first season in the Missouri Valley. After a legendary playing career, her first year as coach has been a tough one. Since starting conference play 4-2, the Ramblers have lost 5 of their last 6 and sit in the bottom half of the standings.
We surprised a lot of people in the beginning. People have kind of figured us out, so now what? And for me as a coach, it's my job to say to the players, we can't get comfortable. We can't get complacent with just being in 6th place. I want to be better.
3 starters have been lost to injury, including leading scorer and rebounder Simone Law. But her injury opened the door for senior forward Troy Hambrick, who now leads the team in points, rebounds, blocks, and steals.
I just really wanted to go all out my last year here. You know, I've always been considered a role player. My name, didn't come up on the scoreboards or anything like that. But, I've been given this opportunity to just kind of lead the team, and I think a lot of my teammates rely on me.
Hambrick is now in discussion for Missouri Valley Player of the Year and became the first Rambler invited to the Pro Hoops Draft Combine. Swoop says it was only a matter of time before we saw Hambrick blossom into a star.
I just think that's the type of player she's always been, whether that's taking, me coming in and pulling that out of her, or whether that's just her self-believing in that. It's just happening.
Swoops is confident the team can finish strong and clinch a top 6 seed. That would give the Ramblers a first-round bye heading into their first Missouri Valley tournament.
The team will take on the Northern Iowa Panthers tomorrow night from the comfort of Gentile Arena. Last time these two met, the Ramblers got the short end of the stick in a 70-59 loss. In Loyola's last 3 losses, they lost 25, 15, and 5 points respectively. Now, I'm a firm believer in these trends, so with these 10-point jumps, I see this game ending with a 5-point win for the Ramblers. Women make their mark on Olympic hockey and car racing. Here's newcomer Shayna Farines to tell us what's going on this week in history.
Stock car racing reached a major milestone this week when the National Association for Stock Car Auto Racing became officially incorporated on February 21st, 1948. In response to the massive amount of racing enthusiasts in Daytona Beach, Florida, founders created NASCAR to regulate rules, events, and winnings. Since then, NASCAR became the largest sanctioning body of stock car racing in the United States. On February 17th, 1998, the Winter Olympics in Nagano held their very first women's hockey tournament after the IOC approved women's hockey as an Olympic event in 1992. The U.S. beat Canada 3-1, winning their only Olympic gold medal. Since then, Canada dominated every Olympic tournament, winning their 4th straight gold medal this year.
It's too bad the U.S. couldn't match the same success in Sochi when they fell to Canada 3-2 in overtime today. I'm sensing a trend here, and one that I really hope the U.S. will break. Thanks, Shayna.
Up next, we have track and field. The Ramblers experienced a lot of success at Grand Valley State University meet. On the women's side, the distance medley relay team of Mary Whitmore, Brianna Walker, Olivia Clark, and Audrey Michelson came in first with a time of 11 minutes and 43.87 seconds. They broke the previous record by 0.23 seconds. The men's side was equally as impressive at the meet. Junior Kevin Glastetter took first in the 400-meter dash with a time of 47.5 seconds. And of course, no track meet is complete without a dominant showing from junior Sam Penzenstadler. Penzenstadler earned his 2nd MVC Track Athlete of the Week award in as many weeks. Wisconsin Sam set a personal best in the 800-meter run with a time of 1 minute and 48.86 seconds.
Those guys are killing it out there.
Oh, definitely.
Everyone's beautiful in their own way. Here's Gabe Perez to tell us this week's beautiful blondes in the Valley with this week's MVC Top 3.
This week we have 3 blondes who have beautiful achievements in the MVC. In the number 3 spot, we have Sam Penzenstadler from Loyola University Chicago. At the GFSU Big Meet this past weekend, Sam beat his personal best record in the 800 with a time of 1:48.86, placing second at the meet and first in the conference by 2 seconds. Gosh, that kid keeps getting sexier. From the number 2 spot, swing, swish, and 4, Rachel Powers from Illinois State swung away from 46th to 32nd place on the individual leaderboard this week at the Amelia Island Collegiate Invitational. Illinois State finished 13th in the tournament with a team score of 954. Rachel herself had a 3-round score of 229. And taking it home, or more like not letting anyone go home, with the number 1 spot, we have Jamie Fisher, a senior from Northern Iowa. Fisher had a 15-0 shutout in 5 innings, getting 6 strikeouts against Southern University, helping lead her team to victory and earning her MVC Pitcher of the Week.
Looks like a beautiful day for those blondes. Looking forward to counting down the dark-haired ladies next week.
Moving on, the women's softball team finished 2-3 at the Tiger Invitational last weekend. The Ramblers started out the tournament with a 9-7 win against Western Illinois. Things didn't get off to a good start in that game, as the Ramblers were faced with a 4-0 deficit early in the game. However, a 6-run 7th inning powered by a Lauren Moore home run put the Leathernecks away. The Ramblers struggled mightily in their next 2 games against Auburn and Marshall, respectively. The Ramblers could not slow down the Tigers' hot bats as they fell to 11-2 in 5 innings. Pitching woes continued for the Ramblers in the next game, as the Thundering Herd scored 8 runs on 9 hits during the 7-inning loss. The Ramblers rebounded their next game by slaughtering Winthrop 8-0. Contributing to the win was senior Lauren Zaworski and sophomore Bree Pasquale, who each hit a home run and had 3 RBI. Senior Brittany Gardner came up with the win with 5 strikeouts in her 6 scoreless innings. The Ramblers closed out the Invitational with a 9-2 loss against Omaha despite a 2-run home run from Jessica Balzano. The Ramblers have 4 more games next weekend as they travel to South Haven, Mississippi for the Blue City Classic.
The trophy cases lining the main hallway of Norville dazzle with some pretty impressive hardware. Whether these trophies are old or new, they each have a unique story behind them, and Bridget Murphy has done some investigating.
Thanks, guys. Here at Loyola, we have a proud history of athletics, a history that is told through the trophy cases at Norville Athletic Center. One of the most recent additions to Loyola's trophy collection is the Horizon League Championship Golf Trophy. In the spring of 2012, the Rambler men's golf team took home this trophy in the Horizon League tournament. They were able to recover from a disappointing first round of play with an incredible day 2. With the tournament win, the team advanced to the NCAA regional match, where they placed 14th. In contrast, one of the oldest trophies in Norville is a Loyola Relays trophy from 1925. On April 19, 1925, Loyola's team earned this trophy for the 880-meter relay, a sprint race that consists of 4 runners running 220 meters each. According to the New York Times, this was the same meet that then Olympic 200-meter champion Jackson Schultz made his only outdoor appearance in Chicago in the 100-meter dash. Fond memories for this meet still exist, as on February 9, 2014, a 1925 vintage Loyola Catholic Relay Sterling Silver track medal was sold on eBay for $15. Lots of students remember the 1963 championship team trophy, but what a lot of people don't know is that the 1962 Rambler basketball team also won some hardware. Though Ohio State won the NCAA tournament in 1962, Loyola took home this beauty at the All-College tournament. On December 31st, 1962, the Garden City Telegram reported, a fantastic total of 62 college tournaments wound up Saturday night. Loyola of Chicago, number 3 in the country, and the highest scoring team all around, won the all-college tournament at Oklahoma City with a 93-92 victory over Wyoming, and it's to run its record to 10-0. The halls of Norville hold more history than you would think. For the Rambler Sports Locker, I'm Bridget Murphy. Back to you at the desk.
Wow, there are lots of trophies in there. I've never really taken the time to, look and stop. I guess I know what our next Sports Locker field trip destination is. And speaking of destinations, we may not be able to travel to all the different locations where the Olympics have been held, but that is why we have YouTube. Those videos can give us a pretty good taste of some amazing stuff and some pretty amazingly awful stuff. But I'm sure the Olympics aren't all they have to talk about. Let's check in with Julian Schwartz and see what's worth talking about in Olympic and Rambler sports in this week's edition of the Weekly Ramble.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Weekly Ramble. I am joined by Jake Mazanke, Alex Chrissy. I am Julian Schwartz, and we are here with the Brendan Bond Memorial Podium. All right, yes, thank you. So the Olympics, they're a thing.
Are they?
They're still going on. And the athletes, they're great. They seriously are. But I just had a midterm today, so I'm feeling pretty down. I'm feeling pretty fried. So I would love to see some hilarity, someone that's like worse off than I am at this point. So I want to know, over the years, who has had the best, worst Olympic fail? So woo me. Jake, start it out.
Okay, all right. So for my worst Olympic fail, worst Olympic fail, I'm going to go back to 1998, where Hermann Mayer from Austria, he was favored actually to win the men's downhill until he hit the last turn, and he started flipping through the air at 80 miles an hour. As you can see, he's going to go through 2 fences and almost over a cliff. The good news is that he walked away unharmed, and the crazy thing is he won gold 3 days later.
Oh!
Wow. From this crash, he was actually nicknamed the Herminator.
Herminator.
So, yeah. So I think that's definitely, you're much better off than Hermann Mayer right now.
I don't know. It was in my research methods class. Alex, what do you got for me?
Well, mine's not quite as it's not quite like that one. It's the London Olympics a couple years ago. The North Korean soccer team was about to play, and then they got offended because the flag that the Olympics showed was the South Korean flag. It's a bitter rival of theirs, so they walked off the field and refused to play the game for several hours until they received apologies.
Oh my God. That's like sad. I feel so bad. Okay, my problems aren't that bad, but okay. Honestly, the ski thing just had me, I'm a little sweaty right now. That made me really nervous just like looking at it, so I have to give the point to Jake. Hot-bothered? Okay. Anyway, next. One step down from the Olympics, we have our own Ramblers. So I want to know who you guys think is the athlete to watch. MVP, who do we look out for? Alex, tell me.
Well, I'm going to go with Troy Hambrick from the women's basketball team. Their season's wrapping up. There's still plenty of basketball to go, and she is on the short list for Conference Player of the Year. She is kind of tearing it up right now. And she might be able to go pro next year, so I think anytime we have someone like that, definitely someone you need to watch for.
Valid points. What's your rebuttal?
All right, I'm going to go with my own teammate, Kevin Glassstetter. He's the best athlete you haven't heard of from Loyola. He's been getting overshadowed a little bit from Sam Penzenstadler, but he does have the leading time in the 400 for the MVC. And as you can see from the video, he is nasty on the 4x4. He will hawk anyone down. His PR is 45-3 split, which is one of the best in the nation. He's one of the best athletes that we have. He made it to regional finals last year, and I think he can definitely make it to nationals this year.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, as much as I love running, Troy Hambrick's name sounds more like a hamburger, and that's what I want right now. So definitely Troy gets that point. And look, we're not playing hangman. So as you can see, 1-1 means that they're at a tie, which is our trivia question of the week. It's a real one. I was going to ask something about my dog, who I love, Roxy. Anyway, so how many events are there in the 2014 Olympics? Shout out anytime you get a number in your head.
I think 33.
33? What's your guess?
I'm going to go 34. I'm just going to try
34!
to win.
You guys pull the prices right. It is 98? Pretty sure. Okay, it's more than 33 and 34. It's 98.
I just want the win.
Which is what? You got the win!
Just give me the win.
All right. All right. So do you agree with me? If you don't, tell me or don't.
Should definitely agree.
You should definitely agree. So you should either tweet us, hit us up on Facebook, anything, vote, and we'll see you next week. So back to you guys at the desk.
Geez, anytime you're skiing and you're dozens of feet in the air and you're completely horizontal and you're missing a ski, that's when you have one of those aha moments like, hey, I think I did something wrong. Well, that's all we have for you beautiful people this week on the Rambler Sports Locker. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and for some additional content and behind-the-scenes fun, check out our website at ramblersportslocker.com. Until next time, I'm Chris Lehman.
And I'm Milat Mehta. I should probably make a joke right now, but honestly, I don't really want to. So, thanks for stopping by the Rambler Sports Locker, and don't forget to turn out the lights.